My name is Nichole Barger, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Ecology and Evolutionary Biology. As an arid lands ecologist, my primary interest, if you think about the world in which we live, there are really wet places, there are really dry places. And so I spend most of my time in these dry desert environments, and that's my main interest in the types of ecosystems I work in. In terms of the work that I do as an ecologist within these ecosystems, I look at the impacts of climate and land use change on plant communities, soil resources, and by soil resources I mean soil erosion, soil nutrient cycling, water flow pathways in soils. Climate change currently plays into my research in terms of I'm interested in how climate over the past 50 to 100 years and future climate is going to impact plant growth, plant distributions, mostly across the U.S. West. In terms of what we can do to limit the impacts of ourselves individually and limiting our impacts in terms of climate change, at this point is just being a thoughtful people and a mindful people and thinking about the resources that we do use in our everyday lives. And I know that sounds simplistic, but I actually believe that if you have large populations being mindful of consumption and resource use, that can actually go a very long way. Everything in my lab right now, the samples, the equipment on my counter is all associated with projects I'm currently working on. We have soils drying. We have a lot of different things just out drying around the lab. We mostly do work on soil chemistry, some plant chemistry, and so everything we see in our lab right now is associated with a project that we're working on out in Utah. So right now I have two primary projects in my laboratory. The first larger project is in Canyonlands National Park in Utah, and what we are looking at are the impacts of fire mitigation projects that are being conducted by federal land managers on plant communities, how they respond to thinning of trees, prescribed burns, how soils respond to that in terms of nutrient cycling and soil erosion. So I love the mint family. So anything that you can pick it, it's aromatic, it smells great, it makes you feel good immediately. So I would say the whole mint family.